Hey, shalom, shalom, all praises, honor, glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, elders, the great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to you fellow brothers pushing out this word in truth and sincere Shbach. Coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachak, Wadash. Shalom to the Lord's elect. Okay, this is going to be another video, another health video. In this video, it was all the spirit. You know, I was going back looking at a video to send to an individual, health video, and I seen a comment, and a brother asked me to do a video on this particular topic that we're going to go into, and that was a year ago. So salaka to that brother, you know, but the spirit's on me. Once I seen, I was like, oh man, let me just go ahead and do that. So this is what this video is. It's just me pretty much doing the video. Okay, and this is a practitioner's guide, okay, to congestive heart failure with water retention. Now, before we go into the remedies and the different things, I just want to just put out there, this is not medical advice, okay? This is not advice to you to stop any prescription drugs or anything that you're on and just start taking things, and this is not what that is. I'm not a doctor. I just want to throw that out there. This is educational purposes only. Okay, this is information. Okay, education on how to use herbal remedies. Okay, this information of how to use herbal remedies and diet and lifestyle changes is taken from other individuals in the past that have done these things. So now we're just bringing it back, okay? And this is what this video is. So this is all educational purposes only. Do not use this as medical advice, okay? But you could be your own practitioner, okay? So if you're your own practitioner, then you already know what I'm saying. Okay, so this video is, okay, how to, you know, the brother has congestive, I'm not sure if he has it, whoever has it, congestive heart failure, okay, with water retention. And I see this a lot, okay? A lot of kidney issues and a lot of heart issues are attached to each other, all right, because the heart is the pump, okay? The heart pumps the blood throughout the body, okay? It goes down through gravity and then it gets pumped back up, all right? Now, when the kidney, which filters the fluids out of the system, the waste that come out of the body, when that gets locked up, that gets congested. We're gonna come back to that word congested. When that gets congested, the heart has to pump harder to move all that fluid, okay? So you'll see that. You'll see a lot of congestive heart failure and kidney failure. They're attached because the heart has to pump all that fluid that the kidney is not able to move out, okay? So you'll see that indication a lot, okay? Heart failure with kidney issues. And anytime I see kidney issues, I'm already going to start to attack the heart, okay? So congestive heart failure. We don't have to go super deep into that. We don't even have to go super scientific. I don't even like to do all that. What is that? Congestive, okay? Most disease, if not all, and brothers know I say this a lot, is congestion, okay? There's a roadblock somewhere in the body stopping vital force. Nothing can come in, nothing can get out. Things become toxic in a sense. So the heart is congested, okay? The kidney is congested because there's fluid retention. Now, the moment I hear that congestion, okay, it's attacking the heart and it's attacking the kidney or the kidneys, but in my mind, it's attacking everything, okay? So we're gonna look at this holistically. If you're congested in one part of the body, you're probably congested in your other parts of your body. And if you're congesting your kidney, which is a channel of elimination, you're congested probably in your bowel, you're probably in your liver, but generally it's showing up in the kidney. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go through, we'll put a protocol together of things that you can do at the grocery store, and then we'll also add to that by actually you know, adding more herbs that are specific for especially those two systems. But I'm gonna generally give you a protocol because the whole body needs to be dealt with. You can't in isolation. Sometimes in isolation, when it's acute, like, you know, you just have some minor things going on with the kidney, you just give a kidney formula and boom, you'll get better. You see what I'm saying? But we're dealing with congestion, and it looks like it's congestion in the whole body. So we'll tackle it from a holistic standpoint. I wrote a couple of notes, just a couple of notes, so I won't forget some things. Okay, I don't want to make this too drawn out, so I'm gonna try to get to the point. Okay, but we'll go through a couple of different protocols, a couple of different herbs, and some things to consider, and some cautions as well. You want to do some cautions because, again, before we go into that, just letting you know, this is not medical advice, and it's better to work with a practitioner. But if you are your own practitioner, then that's fine. Okay, so the first thing, okay, congestive heart failure, congestion. So the body is clogged up. All right, your sewer systems is clogged up essentially. Their body's ability to move out waste, and it's showing up in the kidney and in the heart. Okay, so the first thing I would do is I would ask myself, do you have a juicer? Okay, and you need to go on a juice protocol. Okay, this is basically just adding a particular 1 or 2 juices within your diet. So this is how I would do it. First thing, juice. So either you're gonna do a green juice or a red juice. The red juice is more building the blood. The green juice is going to be detoxifying. So I would jump on 2 juices or at least one of them. Okay, and I'll put this information as well. But basically, the first juice, the green juice, is going to be detoxifying juice. Okay, celery as the base. So one stalk of celery is going to get you around 16 ounces of juice. I would use that as the base. You can stop there, but you can add your kidney herbs to that: parsley leaf and dandelion leaf. And I believe I did a video on both of them. I did a video on parsley infusion. Okay, but you can also use the juice. So, and I'll put that there too, is how to use parsley and dandelion leaf in your green juice, your detoxifying juice. So this juice is going to help move the bowels, gently stimulate the liver, and then it's going to start to move fluid out of the body more aggressively. But these 2 herbs, dandelion leaf and parsley leaf, they also deposit a lot of minerals back. Okay, they're going to deposit a lot of minerals back. So they're not going to just rob you of your minerals. They're also going to put minerals back, especially if you do it in a tea form or you do it in a juice form. So these are 2 remedies for water retention. All right, these are 2 remedies for water retention that you can get at the grocery store. Okay, celery, the juice, to an extent, it will help move fluid off, but parsley and dandelion leaf, parsley is going to be your strongest. So I'll use the combination of both. Okay, and they will gently also stimulate the liver as well. So that's your first juice. Is going to be a detoxifying green juice with celery as your base, okay, or cucumber as your base. But generally, I would like to use celery. It's more cleansing. Or you can use half celery, half cucumber, and then you will add parsley juice and dandelion juice in the right dose. Okay. Then if you wanted to add a little bit of ginger or green apple, that's extra stuff. Okay. So that's that juice, the first juice. The second juice, all right, that you want to take is the blood building juice. It's the juice for the heart. Okay. So it's only two things. Okay. Beets and carrots. Okay. In equal parts. Okay. Beets and carrots. 8 ounces. So 4 ounces beet juice, 4 ounces carrot juice. Now, if you wanted to add a little bit of red apple or a little bit of pineapple to kind of balance that out, you could do that as well. And then if you want to add a little bit of cayenne pepper, and we'll talk about cayenne pepper, you can do that as well. But that's the base of your blood building juice, is the beet and the carrot. Okay, that's going to build blood. Okay, that's going to deal with building blood for the heart. Okay, the green juice is for detoxification because you're congested. Okay, so the green juice is going for detoxification, specifically for the kidney. Parsley and dandelion, two powerful herbs that you can get at the grocery store for water retention. Okay, so that's the first juice protocol. Okay, the next thing, let's talk about the different herbs that I would use. Okay, the first two I told you, okay, is dandelion leaf and parsley leaf. Okay, powerful diuretic herbs, but they also work on different parts of the body as well. Okay, that's for the water retention. All right, also for the heart, cayenne pepper. Okay, cayenne pepper, stimulant. They call this the great stimulant, okay, especially for the blood. It's going to increase the force of the heart without increasing the beat, right? It's going to allow the heart to work more efficiently and stronger without overstimulating the heart. Okay, it's going to have blood thinning capabilities. Okay, because if you're dealing with congestion, you're dealing with more times than not sticky blood. Okay, that's hard to get through and pump through the heart. So the heart has to pump harder. So cayenne pepper, circulation. Congestive heart failure is telling me that there's a lack of circulation. The blood is not flowing. Okay, the fluid systems are not flowing in your body. Congestion. Okay, so cayenne pepper, I will use cayenne pepper as well. Okay, if you're using in a tea, just a powder, you work your way up to 1 teaspoon 3 times daily in a tea. You work your way up. All right, so if it's too hot, you start at 1/8 of a teaspoon. Okay, then you go to 1/4, and then you go to 1/2, and then you go to 1 teaspoon. Okay, drinking that tea. All right, you drink that tea. Okay, if cayenne pepper is too hot, you can go to ginger. Okay, or black pepper. Okay, and you can make those in teas, or you can make the tincture a 1 to 5. Okay, 1 to 5 for all those tinctures, unless you're doing a fresh ginger tincture. And I did a video on that. That's a 1 to 2 ratio. So you can make a cayenne pepper tincture 1 to 5, black pepper tincture 1 to 5. If it's dry ginger, you can do a 1 to 5. If it's fresh ginger, you can do a 1 to 2. Okay, those 3 herbs are great herbs for circulation. Okay, you should have those. Those should be in your diet daily. Now you could add the cayenne pepper in your juice, especially your red juice. All right, so you can add the cayenne pepper there. You can add the black pepper there. Okay, you can add the ginger in any of those juices as well. But at least cayenne pepper you want in. You want to use that herb. This is the herb that you can get. This is not a herb that you have to wait online to buy. You can go to the grocery store. You can actually get this. You can start making that tea. Okay, as well as ginger. Okay, and ginger is another herb. All right, for circulation. Okay, digestion. It's also going to stimulate the liver and the gallbladder. Okay, because if you're congested in the kidneys, more than times you're going to be congested in your liver as well, your gallbladder. They call it the biliary, your ducts. Okay, you want to move that. Okay, so ginger, either you're gonna make a tea, okay, or you're gonna make a tincture. Okay, or you can combine cayenne pepper and ginger together. Okay, there's a lot of things you do, but you got to get those herbs in you, especially cayenne pepper, 3 times daily. The tincture, 0.25 to 1 milliliter 3 times daily. Okay. The dry powder, work your way up to 1 teaspoon 3 times daily, and try to drink it as hot as possible, or if not, drink it cold. It doesn't matter, but as long as you get it in there, that's going to start to increase circulation, start to move things through that congestion. Okay, so that's a heart herb, but that's a circulatory herb for the whole body. Okay, the next herb, hibiscus. I did a video on hibiscus. Okay, you can go to international markets, they'll have it, or you go online or grocery stores, they'll have hibiscus. You should be drinking hibiscus tea. Okay, you can do hibiscus ginger. You can do hibiscus ginger cayenne pepper, but hibiscus should be part of your daily regimen. Okay, because hibiscus is great because hibiscus not only it works on the heart, but it also works on the kidneys. All right, because it is a diuretic as well. Okay, so you see how the Lord he makes these herbs. They hit many different systems. Okay, so hibiscus should be, if you're dealing with congestive heart failure, and I'm using this. This is an easy herb to find. This is a easy herb to get. Okay, throughout the United States, also the different islands, Central and South America, Jamaica, all that. Okay, hibiscus for the heart. Okay, and for the kidneys. The stronger you make hibiscus, the more sour it's going to be, the more stimulating diuretic it's going to be. Okay, so cayenne pepper, hibiscus, ginger, all those three, those should be in your diet, in your regimen. Okay, and you can blend them, you can put them in your juice, or you can make the tea. It doesn't matter, but they have to be in your diet. Okay, if you're dealing with this. Okay. Those are the grocery store herbs there. Let me see, what else? Do we have any more? We'll go there. Let's see. Okay. More herbs for the heart. I would get hawthorn. You're gonna go online and get this. Okay, or if you forage. Okay, hawthorn, the leaf, the flower, and the berry. I would get all three. They generally, when you buy hawthorn leaf, it's gonna come in a leaf and flower, or you buy the berry. Either or works. Either or works. Okay. But you gotta get hawthorn leaf, berry, flower in you. This is going to rebuild the heart. Okay. Hawthorn is going to rebuild the heart. You really can't get any better than hawthorn for the heart. You just can't get better. With the berry, you can make a syrup, or you can make a tincture. With the leaf or the flower, you can make a tincture or a syrup, generally out of the berry. The leaf and flower, you can make a tincture, or you can make it into a tea. Okay, so we have cayenne pepper, you should be taking. Hibiscus, you should be taking. Ginger, you should be taking. All right, hawthorn, you should be taking. Okay, these herbs should be, and this is for the heart, but it works on different other systems, the heart and the kidney. Okay. But hawthorn is going to rebuild the heart. Okay. Another herb to consider for the heart is, I'm gonna give you two. Motherwort. Okay. If the heart has palpitations, it has irregular heartbeat, it has tightening of the chest in that area. You feel pain. You feel spasm. Okay. There's anxiety that's associated with the heart problem as well. So say you get heart problem and then anxiety rises, or you get anxiety and then you have a heart problem. You have motherwort, Leonardus cardiaca. Okay, that's the Latin name for that herb, and it translates to lion heart. Okay, the lion-hearted herb. Okay, the wort at the end of, when you see herbs like St. John's wort, motherwort, lungwort, wort is it Greek or I forget? It's either Old English or whatever Greek for herb. That's all it means. So it's motherwort is a lion-hearted herb, and it basically motherwort will just strengthen the heart. Okay, that is another herb I would consider. All right, to get, if you can't find motherwort, I would do lemon balm. Okay, that also will help relax the heart. Okay, if you can't find lemon balm, I would do valerian in low dose. So you have three herbs there to relax the heart if you need relaxing in that area. If there's anxiety associated with it, if there's tightness, if there's palpitations, if there's even somewhat depression, okay, uneasiness, okay, mood changes, because generally it's going to relax the body. Okay, so I would make a tincture, or you're going to make it into a tea. Okay, and a lot of things you can combine these things. Okay, and I'll put like I'll fix it up, but these are generally the herbs that you want to get. Okay, if you can't get motherwort, I will do lemon balm. If I don't have lemon balm, I would do valerian in a low dose. Valerian would help relax and strengthen the heartbeat. Okay, but you get that cayenne pepper in you. You need that circulation. Okay, so those are herbs for the heart, and then going to the kidney, parsley, and dandelion leaf, as well as I would do juniper berry. Okay, juniper berry is going to be stronger remedy to move that fluid off. Okay, stronger remedy to move that fluid off. Okay, juniper berry, stimulating diuretic, as well as I would do a moistening diuretic herb. Okay, because too much stimulation can dry you out. All right, and if you have water retention, congestive heart failure, but if you have water retention with kidney irritation, then you don't want to stimulate the kidneys too much. You need a remedy to soothe and heal the kidneys. Okay, so I would do corn silk, okay, or marshmallow if there's irritation with the kidneys. If it's just water retention, then you're fine. I would still do corn silk. Okay, so you can make a tincture with all 4 of those herbs. Generally, you don't want not corn silk. Corn silk will be done in a tea. Corn silk and marshmallow, because it has a soothing properties. But juniper berry, parsley, okay, and dandelion leaf, those 3 herbs will get fluid off of you. Guaranteed. Okay, I've seen it too many times. But you don't want to stimulate that too much if you're not working with the heart. Okay, that's a bad thing. Okay, you have to work with both of these systems at the same time. Okay, you have to strengthen and rebuild the heart. So let's go back over the herbs for the kidneys. Dandelion leaf, parsley leaf, juniper berry, corn silk. And then if you couldn't find corn silk, marshmallow, which is not generally a herb for the kidneys, it's more so just a moistening herb for the whole system, but it will moisten the kidneys. And when I mean moisten the kidneys, when there's irritation, like brothers that deal with kidney stones, and they deal with stabbing pains in the kidneys, they deal with dryness, they deal with pain, because the kidneys are dry, there's irritation, so you need a moistening herb. Okay, if you can't if you can't find marshmallow, or you don't have corn silk, you can use flaxseed tea. Okay, flaxseed tea. Let me write that so I put that there as well. That's another option. Flaxseed tea. I want to do a video on that. I'm gonna do a video on that flaxseed tea. That's a moistening herb that moisten dry tissues in the body. And the kidneys become dry, the liver can become dry, the skin can become dry, the stomach, the bowel can become dry. So you need moistening remedies. Okay, again, herbs for the heart, okay, that you need. You need hawthorn, leaf, flower, or berry, or all 3. Okay, cayenne pepper, okay, or black pepper if you can't get cayenne pepper, or if it's too hot, use black pepper. Make that into a tincture, 1 to 5, okay, or grind that into your juices. Okay, a half teaspoon to a teaspoon 3 times daily. Okay, and then you adjust depending on your condition, right? So hawthorn, cayenne pepper, hibiscus, ginger, okay, and black pepper. If you needed to get black pepper, you can add that in there. Okay, all right. Those that's for the heart, as well as motherwort. If you can't get motherwort, lemon balm. If you can't get lemon balm, valerian. And there's another herb. It's escaping me, but I gave you 3 herbs for the heart as far as relaxing the heart. Okay. And then the kidneys, dandelion leaf, parsley leaf. You can get those. Okay. And then you have juniper berry. Okay, you got to go online to get that. Bulk supplier, herbco.com. Okay. And then I would do corn silk as well to soothe the kidneys, or marshmallow. Okay. And if you can't find any of those herbs to soothe, I would do flaxseed. You can get flaxseed at the store. Okay. Boom. That's the herbal protocol. I'll put that together. It'll make more sense. But those are herbs that you want to get and you want to be taking. Okay, for sure. Could we add a whole bunch of other herbs? Yeah, absolutely. You could add a whole bunch of other herbs, but we're going to keep it simple. Now, because there's congestion, okay, the hardest part of all this, you have to change the diet. I would still take the herbs no matter what, but the body is too toxic. Okay, so the long-term diet has to be a plant-based diet. Okay, it has to be plant-based. Okay, what is plant-based? Beans, legumes, grains, vegetables, nuts, seeds, mushrooms, fruit. Okay, you need a high diet in those foods. Okay, you have to eat at least 50% raw. Okay, and then the other 50% can be cooked, and you want to lightly steamed, sautéed, baked. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you'll cook it a little bit longer, but you want to try to preserve as much of the nutrients as possible. So I would recommend you going on that long-term, if depending on how serious it is, but you want to go high plant-based, and you can add in a little bit of fish. You can add in a little bit of fish, okay, every once in a while. But that's the long-term diet, depending on how bad the condition is. Okay, can you add fasting and stuff like that? Yeah, you can add fasting. You could do 1 day fast. You could do juice cleansing. You could just go on all fruit cleanse for a period of time. But the body is congested, and you do want to cleanse. Now, there are other herbs too. I would also think about getting herbs for the bowels, herbs for the liver. But I'll keep it simple. We keep it simple with 3 herbs. Okay, burdock root. Okay, get burdock root. All right, dandelion root, not the leaf, but the root. Dandelion root, and then you can either do barberry root, Oregon grape root, or sarsaparilla. You can do those. Okay, you can do those, or cleavers. So I gave you a little bit more, but those main 3 ones. Okay. Let me see. Is there anything else? Is there anything else? Yeah, you want to definitely have a plant-based diet. You want to eat a lot of antioxidants. You want to eat a lot of anti-inflammatory foods. But let's keep it simple and start taking the herbs first. So I would start taking the herbs, get those herbs, the ones that you can get, start taking those herbs, and then I would have 1 large salad at lunch every day. Okay? 1 large salad with all type of different vegetables. Okay, nuts and seeds if you want to do that. I think that's it. I pray the lesson was edifying. I pray that it wasn't all over the place. Let me just make sure. Okay, with the diet, no processed food, no seed oils, no fried foods. Okay, you gotta cleanse out if it's that serious. Okay, so again, this is not medical advice. Okay, this is herbal education. Take it with a grain of salt. If you are your own practitioner, then you're good to go. If not, I will find a practitioner. All right, but you're your own practitioner. You gotta be your own physician. So until next time, shalom to the leg.